Hello, this is your virtual life coach, Michael Lewis, and here we go with the exciting conclusion of the Be a Roaring Success series, Be a Roaring Success with Others. Now, in the first two videos, we dealt with how to be a roaring success with yourself, and then how to be a roaring success with your significant other and your family and such. Now we're going to deal with how to be a roaring success with everybody else. Now, everybody else is an awful lot of people, more than 8 billion to be exact, and that's just on this planet. So, no worries. We're going to limit ourselves just to people that you come in contact with, okay? That would be, well, let's see. What would that include? That would include groups of people that you work and play and associate with, like at work, or clubs that you belong to, teams you play for, that sort of thing. And that's not only just clubs and associations, but we also include, behavior, right and wrong, social conduct toward others. And speaking of others, we're also talking about people who would be your friends. All kinds of friends, close friends, old friends, sort of friends, just kind of acquaintances, people that you'd rather not have be your friends. Downright enemies, people who want to kill you, or just people you dislike and people who dislike you. So when we're talking about others, we're talking about a very wide variety of people. And again, we have our magic threesome. You guessed it. Create, goals, and help. You'll find that your friends are as close to you as they at least have sympathy with what you're trying to create in life, like what your goals are and your willingness to help and be helped. And for sure, some of the people that you deal with may actually share those things with you and be working toward the same things. I'm thinking like if you're on a medical team at a hospital or whatever, I would hope you'd have all the same goal of curing people and be willing to help each other on that basis. If you're in a position of leadership, you'll find it's important to make sure you remind the people under you from time to time, what you're trying to create with this business or this project or this team, what the targets and goals are for this week, this month, or this year. And as far as help goes, making sure that you're available to help them and that you allow them to help you. Too many executives think they can do it all themselves, and that whatever your company or team or your project is doing, make sure it also helps your customers and the wider community, whatever it's doing. As soon as any of those things drop out, create, goals, and helping, that's where your team or your group or your company starts to fail. That's where your team or your group or your company starts not to be fun, starts to be distracted, starts to get annoyed at each other, starts to snap at each other. And that goes for your friendships as well. Now, a bit more on the goal part of this threesome. When you're in a group, even if it's a group of two, like a marriage or a mountain climbing expedition or some such, there's usually one person who sets and defines the ultimate goal or mission of the company or group. And if that dream is a good dream, it becomes the banner, the flag that other people follow. I've found that in the marriages I've worked with, there's usually one spouse who is the engine of the family, keeps things really going, keeps them running, the one that really sets the goals, points out the mountaintop, keeps everybody motivated, pushes them, prods them, urges them on to come and create, help each other along the way to that mountaintop. I spent some time with a family that had 12 kids and 2 others, twins, on the way. And everyone chipped in on something or another. Everyone knew what they were supposed to do because mom always made it crystal clear at all times what the game was and where they were heading. Okay, we're having roast turkey tonight. Everyone knows their battle stations. On your mark, get set, go! And they all knew what they were supposed to do in making that turkey and getting the kitchen ready and the dining table ready and everything like that. So you'll often find this in a marriage that's working well or a company that's running like a happy, well-oiled machine. There's going to be that one person saying, this is what we want. Remember this. Let's go, 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 go. and the rest of the family or company or team does what it can to make that goal happen. And everybody is like, so here are some questions for you to reflect upon. Are you creating as far as your friends and your company and other groups go? Or are you just kind of drifting along, letting stuff happen? Does your company or group have a clearly defined goal that can be held up as a banner to follow? How about your marriage? Is there a clearly defined goal, some mountain you're attempting to conquer? Okay, well, there you go. Food for thought. If you've got a good and beneficial and doable goal, if you've got team members who help and are helped by the group and create on that group, and if you've got lots of camaraderie happening among everyone, you've got yourself a fun thing happening, whether it's a business or a marriage or a friendship or a sports team or whatever. And just as a note, there are some people you're going to run into that they're afraid if they get too involved with a group or a team or a project that they'll lose their individuality. That's possibly because it's what we see all around us. We see individuality supposedly being destroyed in favor of the group. For example, you take the coffee beans and you grind them up and you make them into coffee, and they're no longer individual coffee beans. It's just part of this, well, they're just coffee now, and you drink it, and that's the end of it. Or you see water, but you don't see the individual hydrogen and oxygen molecules that made it up. So apparently they're gone. But you see, people are not coffee beans, and they're not molecules. People need other people. It's better together. Life is a group effort. Now, of course, you're a good person. Of course, you want everyone, including yourself, to succeed. Of course, you're doing your best. Of course, you want to get along with everyone and have everyone be happy and not be mad at each other. Well, if you keep these three things in mind, create, goals, and help, if you keep those three in mind in all your activities and in all your dealings with yourself and others, and just make sure there's always a check mark next to each one that it's in, create, goals, and help, you can't go very far wrong. And that's all I have to say for now. So until next time, love each other. Take your vitamins, observe posted speed limits, play nice, and never lose sight of who you are. Never, never, never lose sight of who you are. So long for now.